is May 15th on this Sunday global transmission. David Knight is going to be co-hosting from the studio. I am here on the road. If we attempt to decipher and expose the lies that the establishment media puts out and that big corporations, the government puts out every day, our job will be impossible. There's not enough hours. There's not enough reporters in the world to be able to actually chronicle and track the full spectrum of disinformation and fraud that is spewed at the people of the United States and the world. Now, the good news is the Associated Press, I talked a lot about this, did a big poll last month and found that only 6% of people that follow mainstream media trust it. But still, people don't trust it, but because there is no real news in many cases now, nothing but spin, they don't know what's going on. I don't believe the earth is flat, but if the mainstream media started saying it was round, I might question them. I mean, that's how deceptive these people are, that you really can't believe anything they say. They taint, they twist, they spin. So in the first 30 minutes today, I want to go over a few examples of this in context of the news, just to show the hypocrisy, the fraud, the disinformation. So here's some of what's coming up after the break. Look at this, New York Times. Crossing the line, how Donald Trump behaved with women in private. Interviews reveal unwelcome advances, a shrewd reliance on ambition, and unsettling workplace conduct over decades, like telling women they're attractive. See, there's no bigger crime than men and women together, like fathers and mothers, or he or she. That's all being attacked. That sacred bond between men and women, the human species, cuddling together in the dark for eons. And it's now just horrible. No one ever said sexual harassment. No one ever said rape like the Clintons. No one ever made any of these connections. But you know what? They found a few women that said that, he told them that they should lose weight decades ago. And, oh, my God, it was so horrible. So it's okay for China to have suicide nets around the Foxconn labs where Apple has its products made. It's okay for Beyonce, it's come out, getting her products made in literal slave labor shops. That's all right, as long as they virtue signal that they love you and they care about you. So I'm going to be breaking all that down. Remember, Bono's foundations pay over 1% or less than 1%. It varies. Some are like 1.1, some are like 0.3. He gets billions at these big concerts. He gets paid and then gives 1% on average to the charities. But people don't care. It's like, oh my God, you're a total con artist. And that ties into George Clooney, the galactic con artist fop, who can't even get one line out without stumbling around. It's all coming up after the break. But remember the pedophile planes that the Clintons flew on, and that Clinton was going out to that pedo island with Epstein. None of that's in the news. There's not a New York Times article about that confirmed. No. Or all the rape victims Clinton settled with. No. It's all about how Donald Trump had beauty pageants with pretty girls, and when he wasn't married sometimes, he had hot girlfriends. What would happen if the species, males and females, got together? It's so aberrant, it's so sick to have a high-powered billionaire wanting beautiful, hot women. I mean, it's degenerate. Because in a world where Caitlyn Jenner is God and stunning and brave, well, the beauty pageants aren't allowed, and meanwhile, we can't even discuss Epstein's pedophile island and the Clintons. It just goes on and on. Big broadcast today. Stay with us. We'll be right back, and wait till I play Watson's report on the fact that George Clooney can go F himself. Thank you for joining us on this live original Sunday worldwide broadcast. David Knight will be coming up in studio at the bottom of the hour. I'm Alex Jones. Now, we're going to be looking at the latest news, geopolitical developments, what's happening in the economy, campaign trail 2016 today. But I wanted to focus in at the start of the broadcast with just some really sterling examples of the most flagrant, disgusting hypocrisy I've ever seen in my life. In fact, hypocrisy isn't the word. A war on reality. The cover of the New York Times on Friday and throughout the weekend is Donald Trump at one of his beauty pageants years ago. And they're basically saying the crime is that he's a man who is around beautiful women. And once in the 80s, told a woman she might want to lose some weight to be a model, and she was depressed. So just being a male is evil, is bad. They're literally banning mother and father, he, she, and, colleges. This is a war on the biology of humans. This is a war on our basic units so that we become cogs in a machine that can just be programmed. But just, here's a few examples of hypocrisy right now. They go in, they demonize Trump here. It's all over the news. This is the new talking point. Vote for Hillary. She stands up for women when she covers up all the rapes and stuff of Bill. And this Bill settles all these rape cases over the years. Here's Fox News, though. The New York Times didn't report on this. Flight logs show Bill Clinton flew on sex offender's jet much more than previously known. That's Jeffrey Epstein, his Boeing 727, and went to the Pleasure Pedo Island. Now, this is all well known, okay? So what did they do 2 weeks ago? They put out a false lawsuit report that a woman who claimed she was at Epstein's island had been abused by Trump. They later found it was a fake name, fake lawsuit filing. That's because Roger Stone and myself and others are promoting Stone's book that exposes Jeffrey Epstein and all the crap they're involved in and the Clintons. So then, Donald Trump, he did that too with some Jane Doe. So this is how they operate, okay? So the New York Times should be on this, shouldn't they? But no. Neither will Megyn Kelly. They're all going to just, the new gimmick. We've had the black president, now the female president.
And why wearing a Hillary for President t-shirt might get you punched in the face.
They thought it said Hillary for President. He said, I was seconds away from sending my bar back over here to punch you in the face. Since you're wearing a Hillary for Prison shirt, you don't have to buy drinks here. Everything's on the house.
Hillary for President! Hillary's not surging, I tell you that. They're not saying that. They're not saying, thank you.
There you have it. Donald Trump endorses Hillary for Prison. Get your Hillary for Prison 2016 t-shirt at the InfoWars store. And on the back, it says, legalize freedom. Show your disapproval of Hillary by buying your t-shirt today.
But what she's done is criminal.